and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Please sit down.
Admission of lawyers. Michael Andrew Albanowski.
May it please the court, I move that Michael Andrew Albanowski be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Michael Andrew Albanowski be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Madeline Sophie Anthony.
May it please the court, I move that Madeline Sophie Anthony be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Madeline Sophie Anthony be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Asalan Azar.
May it please the court, I move that Arsalan Azar be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Arsalan Azar be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Gillian Sarah Bilton.
May it please the court, I move that Gillian Sarah Bilton be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Gillian Sarah Bilton be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
James Dominic Bradley.
May it please the court, I move that James Dominic Bradley be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That James Dominic Bradley be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Daniela Louise Burt.
May it please the court, I move that Daniela Louise Burt be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Daniela Louise Burt be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hugh Fung Katie Chan.
May it please the court, I move that Hugh Fung Katie Chan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Hugh Fung Katie Chan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sue Kyung Choi.
May it please the court, I move that Sue Kyung Choi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Sue Kwang Choi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Scott Raymond Cleland.
May it please the court, I move that Scott Raymond Cleland be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Scott Raymond Cleland be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Michael Francis Deegan.
May it please the court, I move that my father, Michael Francis Deegan, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Michael Francis Deegan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Siobhan Erin Fox.
May it please the court, I move that my wife, Siobhan Erin Fox, be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
That Siobhan Erin Fox be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Isabella Bronte Marcella Franklin.
May it please the court, I move that Isabella Bronte Marcel Franklin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Isabella Bronte Marcel Franklin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Brianna Caitlin Goffredo.
May it please the court, I move that Brianna Goffredo be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Brianna Caitlin Goffredo be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tara Shamala Haas.
May it please the court, I move that Tara Shamala Haas be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Tara Shamala Haas be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Charles Edward Hacker.
May it please the court, I move that Charles Edward Hacker be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Charles Edward Hacker be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bruria Hammer Blake.
May it please the court, I move that Bruria Hammer Blake be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Bruria Hammer Blake be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Brianna Jade Hill.
May it please the court, I move that Brianna Jade Hill be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Brianna Jade Hill be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Phoebe Beatrice Hinton.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Phoebe Beatrice Hinton, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Phoebe Beatrice Hinton be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yun Bai Huang.
May it please the court, I move that Yunbai Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Yunbai Huang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Michael Joseph Kim.
May it please the court, I move that Michael Joseph Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Michael Joseph Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Easylat Cliff.
May it please the court, I move that Easylat Cliff be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Easylat Cliff be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Camilla Jane Kovac.
May it please the court, I move that Camilla Jane Kovac be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Camilla Jane Kovac be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tiana Noli Kovac.
May it please the court, I move that Tiana Noli Kovac be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tiana Noli Kovac be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hannah Kovic.
May it please the court, I move that Hannah Kozik be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hannah Kozik be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jeevan Jot Singh Kula.
May it please the court, I move that Jeevan Jot Singh Kula be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jeevan Jot Singh Kula be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Daniel Aristotle Murray Lemasurier.
May it please the court, I move that Daniel Aristotle Murray Lemessurier be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Daniel Aristotle Murray Lemessurier be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Stella Sulgi Lee.
May it please the court, I move that Stella Sulgi Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Stella Sugli Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Edward Chungkin Lee.
May it please the court, I move that Edward Chunkin Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Edward Chunkin Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Imogen Elise Lewis.
May it please the court, I move that Imogen Elise Lewis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Imogen Elise Lewis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Zoe Rose Mangos.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Zoe Rose Mangos, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Zoe Rose Mangos be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sana Mardini.
May it please the court, I move that Sana Mardini be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sana Mardini be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yevrin Joanna Nam.
May it please the court, I move that Yerin Joanna Nam be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yerin Joanna Nam be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hey Yun Park.
May it please the court, I move that Hayden Park be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hay Yun Park be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hardeep Singh Punia.
May it please the court, I move that Hardeep Singh Punia be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hardeep Singh Punia be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kate Louise Roger.
May it please the court, I move that Kate Louise Roger be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kate Louise Roger be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Delilah Thomas Rodriguez.
May it please the court, I move that Delilah Thomas Rodriguez be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Delilah Thomas Rodriguez be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mrithika Srinivasan Shankala.
May it please the court, I move that Mrithika Srinivasan Shankala be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mrithika Srinivasan Shankala be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Meru Sharma.
May it please the court, I move that my son Meru Sharma be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Meru Sharma be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Abhay Anand Sharma.
May it please the court, I move that Abhay Anand Sharma be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Abhay Anand Sharma be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Andrew James Sharp.
May it please the court, I move that my son Andrew James Sharp be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Andrew James Sharp be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Arani Sivakumar.
May it please the court, I move that Arani Sivakumar be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Arani Sivakumar be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jacob Maurice Smith.
May it please the court, I move that Jacob Maurice Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jacob Maurice Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Phoebe Florence Thompson.
May it please the court, I move that Phoebe Florence Thompson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Phoebe Florence Thompson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexander Olsen Thwaitwright.
May it please the court, I move that Alexander Olson Thwaite-Wright be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alexander Olson Thwaite-Wright be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Connor James Uche.
May it please the court, I move that Connor James Uche be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Connor James Uche be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kenya Lauren Walker.
May it please the court, I move that Kenya Lauren Walker be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kenya Lauren Walker be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Emily Olivia Webber.
May it please the court, I move that Emily Olivia Webber be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Emily Olivia Webber be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chun Yin Yu.
May it please the court, I move that Chun Yin Yu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chun Yin Yu be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will now be necessary for those whose admission has just been moved to, when and as directed, stand and remain standing for the purposes of swearing an oath or making an affirmation. So please stand as directed by the officiating officer.
Could the first two rows on my right please stand? Thank you. Michael Andrew Albanowski, Madeline Sophie Anthony, Arslan Azar, Gillian Sarah Bilton, James Dominic Bradley, Daniela Louise Burt, Hugh Fung Katie Chan, Sue Kyung Choi, Scott Raymond Cleland, Michael Francis Deegan, Siobhan Erin Fox, Isabella Bronte Marcel Franklin, Brianna Caitlin Goffredo, Tara Shamala Haas, Charles Edward Hacker, Bruria Hammer Bleak. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me God.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 3 and 4 on my right please stand? Brianna Jade Hill, Phoebe Beatrice Hinton, Yun Bai Huang, Michael Joseph Kim, Easylat Cliff, Camilla Jane Kovac, Tiana Noli Kovac, Hannah Kozik, Javin Jotsing Kula, Daniel Aristotle Murray Lemesurier, Stella Sugi Lee, Edward Chungkin Lee, Imogen Elise Lewis, Zoe Rose Mangos, Sana Mardini, Yerin Joanna Nam, Hey Yun Park, Hardeep Singh Punia, and Kate Louise Roger. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me God.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could the two rows to my left please stand? Delilah Thomas Rodriguez, Mrithika Srinivasa Shankala, Meru Sharma, Abhay Anand Sharma, Andrew James Sharp, Arani Sivakumar, Jacob Maurice Smith, Phoebe Florence Thompson, Alexander Olson Thwaite-Wright, Connor James Uche, Kenya Lauren Walker, Emily Olivia Webber, and Chun Yin Yu. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please sit down.
Well, may I warmly welcome you all to this, the Banco Court of the Supreme Court of New South Wales. Present with me on the bench this afternoon, to my right, is Justice Adamson, a judge of the Court of Appeal, and to my left, Justice Campbell, a judge of the Common Law Division of the Court. Together, we constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you, the now admitted lawyers, to practice this afternoon. And we have done so sitting in a court which itself sits on the land to which, for which the Gadigal of the Eora Nation have cared and been custodians for thousands of years. And the court pays its sincere respects to elders past and present and extends those respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. To all of the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession. Today is one for great celebration. We up here on the bench know how hard you have all worked to get here. It's a memory that never really leaves you. I'm also pleased to welcome those with you today or watching on the live stream. For many of you, the support of your family and friends will have been invaluable on the journey thus far. No doubt they've also been on the receiving end of your finely polished or emerging skills of argument and persuasion, for which you should be grateful. I encourage you to take time to thank them today. Depending on how good an advocate you are, you may even convince them to shout you a round of drinks or two after the ceremony to celebrate the occasion. In being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join an honourable and ancient profession with the custom of advocates swearing an oath on admission to practice dating back to the 12th century. And this court first admitted lawyers in 1824, nearly 200 years ago. And by 1830, the names of lawyers were entered onto the rolls in this state, just as you will do immediately after this ceremony. Next May, the court to which you have just been admitted celebrates its 200th anniversary. It is, you might be surprised to learn, one of the oldest continuing courts in the world. That is something of which we, and I hope now you, are immensely proud. This ceremony is attended by unique formalities, including the fact that your admission has been moved, as we've seen, by someone who is already a member of the profession, and that you have made a formal oath or affirmation in the presence of your family and peers, and before senior judges of the court. They and we are all witnesses, therefore, to the serious promises and undertakings that you have made. In terms of tradition and formality, you will see from the portraits of former Chief Justices adorning the walls of this court that we are wearing the same robes, in some cases I have to say literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. We do not wear them because they are particularly comfortable, which they are not. We do so because symbolically they serve to highlight the continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales, although the judges wearing the robes are now drawn from an increasingly diverse pool. As to continuity of the rule of law, we live in a world in which there is so much uncertainty, insecurity, and great sadness. The rule of law in such a world is more important than ever, and not simply a phrase of some theoretical import or academic discussion. It is, that is to say, the rule of law is the opposite of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists. We know, looking round, that there is nothing theoretical about those risks to civilised democratic society. The law touches every part of our society, and it can and will lead you all in many different directions and career paths. But in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation that you have just made is a serious one and deserves solemn regard. So whether you work in private practice, at the bar, in a community legal centre, a Crown Law Office, the Aboriginal Legal Service for legal aid, or for a government department or agency, or indeed in an entirely different field, you should be and always be known for your honesty, your integrity and your commitment to justice, and you must strive at all times to uphold these cardinal values. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition attending this ceremony, the life of the law is dynamic. Not everything about the legal profession remains unchanging. We've seen in recent years, hastened by the pandemic, a rapid shift in the use of technology in our courtrooms, which has contributed to a reduction in some costs and logistical difficulties for some litigants, as well as delivering greater workplace flexibility, especially for practitioners with family responsibilities and in regional and remote communities. But while the increased use of technology offers a number of advantages, the practice of the law has human nature and human interaction, that's to say, human personal interaction at its core. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how others react to different situations, perform under pressure, and deal with each other. There have, of course, been other significant developments in our profession that deserve attention in addition to those brought about or hastened by the pandemic. The composition of the profession is increasingly diverse, not only in terms of gender, but also in terms of ethnic diversity. In terms of gender, the profession has changed dramatically during my time in the law. In New South Wales, women were not even permitted to practice until the Women's Legal Status of the Women's Legal Status Act of 1918. But it took many, many decades after that for women to be accepted into the legal profession. Since 2018, however, women have made up more than half of the solicitors with a practicing certificate in New South Wales and currently make up more than 2/3 of solicitors under the age of 35. Moreover, some of the most senior positions in the law in Australia are held by distinguished female lawyers, including the current Chief Justice of the Federal Court, as well as the Chief Justices of the Supreme Courts of Victoria, Queensland and the ACT, and Justice Julie Ward is President of the New South Wales Court of Appeal. This state's Director of Public Prosecutions and the Senior Public Defender and the Presidents of both the Law Society and the Bar Association are also distinguished female practitioners. There should also be strong representation of lawyers from the many different backgrounds which comprise our cosmopolitan community. Diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates and judges assists in ensuring that all people who become involved in our justice system can and feel that they can be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system broadly reflective of our community. The admissions ceremonies on which I have sat, including this ceremony, highlight that there is a far greater diversity of background amongst junior lawyers than when I and, I dare say, my colleagues on the bench commenced practice. That is a very good thing, and leaders of the profession and of the courts are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity. That in turn builds trust in and respect for both the judiciary, the legal profession, and ultimately respect for the rule of law. Now let me now seek to offer a little bit of professional and personal advice. As a lawyer, you will often need to make difficult ethical decisions. You must use the tools you have developed to think critically and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and to the administration of justice. At various points of your career, you may make mistakes, some minor, some more serious. We all make mistakes from time to time and kidding ourselves if we think otherwise. When you do make mistakes, your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice means that you must take responsibility, correct what you can, and learn from those errors. One mistake I always advise young lawyers not to make is to give your clients the advice that you think they want to hear. I can assure you that will almost certainly not be good advice, and they will not welcome it in the long run when the true picture emerges. You need to be strong and you need to be independent. Being a lawyer means that you're an advisor, a problem solver, a mediator, and an advocate. As you go about your day-to-day work, remember, though, that you're not merely dealing with the law in a vacuum, but the law as it applies to people's lives. An individual in need of your services as a lawyer will, in many cases, be an individual facing some kind of great personal challenge or crisis affecting his or her liberty, property, personal well-being, or health or financial position. For these reasons, you must always strive to deliver legal services not only competently and fearlessly, but always with courtesy, integrity, and sensitivity to the circumstances of the matter. In this context, I wish to emphasise the importance of civility. Aspects of the law, especially if you're involved in the litigation side of practice, are confrontational almost by definition. The practice of the law can be stressful and demanding enough without personal animus and antagonism between practitioners adding to the load, as regrettably it sometimes does. It is essential that you maintain your detachment, balance, and good humour, remembering at all times that you are now members of a profession, which is different to and definitely not a business. And remember this: the best advocates can and do make their point simply and succinctly. Often, less is more. Some of the most experienced lawyers, and I dare say judges, could also use that reminder from time to time, and I don't wholly exclude myself from that. For a non-lawyer, law is often incomprehensible or at the very least difficult to understand. One of your roles as a lawyer will be to make the law accessible to others, sometimes by deciphering legal complexities, other times by deciphering poor legal drafting, and sometimes by simply sorting out and getting to the bottom of a messy factual situation and putting it and explaining it in its proper legal framework. So strive to be clear and concise at all times in both your writing and your speaking. To do so facilitates access to justice. In the practice of the law, your physical and mental health are both extremely important, something we are much more aware of these days than 30 years ago. There may, and I dare say will be, times when you feel overwhelmed, burnt out, or distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. Now, that's often because lawyers will tend to go the extra mile for their client, want to make sure no stone is left unturned, every authority is found, the brief fully prepared, or the advice comprehensive. And they are admirable aspects of many lawyers, but it does mean that the law can tend to be somewhat all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing, as I say. So you must work hard to keep your balance and also to keep an eye out to ensure that your colleagues do so as well. If you do get overwhelmed by it all, as frankly we all have from time to time and still do from time to time, try to take a step back and recapture some perspective. You should also know and remember that the law is a highly collegiate profession. And in this context, I'm now going to call on two young representatives, one from the New South Wales Bar Association and one from the Law Society, to say a few words. Mr. Gozdenovich, do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Michael Gostenovic, and I've recently commenced practicing at the New South Wales Bar, predominantly in commercial and public law. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and, importantly, to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister, and I am proud to be a member of the legal profession. I enjoy the intellectual challenge of my job, and that allows me to, amongst other things, give expert advice, represent people in court, and contribute to society in a meaningful way. If you are interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website. There is also a Career at the Bar open day each year. In your first year of practice as a reader, you receive particular assistance from two barristers of at least 7 years seniority who meet with you weekly, review your work, and teach you practical skills. But the support you receive is not limited to those two barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. Further, there are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is a professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a new barristers committee, which, as the name suggests, organises social and educational functions for 0 to 5 year barristers like myself, and a diversity and equality committee, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, being to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual preference. Whether as a lawyer or barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or the New South Wales Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court. May it please.
Mr. Masri, on behalf of the Law Society.
May it please the court. My name is Bernie Musri, and not so long ago, 2 years in fact, I was precisely where you are today. And what a tremendous day it is for all of you. You are here, being admitted to the Supreme Court role as the final step at the end of a long and arduous journey. You should all feel immensely proud of everything you've achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. There were, and I dare say likely remain, many uncertain challenges to overcome. But as I stand here after just a few years of working as a solicitor, I can tell you that I've already learned a thing or two. And one of the most important things that I've learned is the significance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community, with our 30,000 members flung far and wide across the state. We're bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to our communities and to uphold the rule of law, a duty which now also rests with each of you. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. This is why I've been a part of the Law Society of New South Wales Young Lawyers branch for 6 years. Here, amongst opportunities to advocate and join committees, I found friendship, inspiration, guidance, and support when I needed it the most. By joining the Law Society and New South Wales Young Lawyers, you'll gain access to professional support, conferences and events, wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. It's the role of the Law Society to ensure that you, as newly minted solicitors, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. Look us up or speak to your employer. We look forward to welcoming you into the New South Wales Law Society community. May it please the court.
Well, can I say this to you all in closing? The law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, challenging, and satisfying, and it's populated by intelligent, committed, and dynamic people such as yourselves. You should be proud to be a lawyer, to be proud of your achievements to date, and of the profession you have just joined. It is a very important profession that underpins stability and cohesion in our community. You are now a very important part of that very important profession. So work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We wish you all the very best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career. On behalf of Justice Adamson, Justice Campbell, and all of our colleagues on the Supreme Court of New South Wales, we once again congratulate you on your admission to practice and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.